They took that opportunity to work and invest in themselves, because when you get pregnant, your life is over. I think ladies who had babies in their teens should have a coalition and start talking and let the women know the dangers and how hard it was. Like when I had my son, he was playing football, I'm sitting back and I had to look at my mama like, dang, moms, how did you do it by yourself with two boys? Because I'm struggling right now with just Chris. But we got to keep it 100, and we dealing in facts. And when I say facts, 100% facts. It is known without a shadow of a doubt. Get rid of the blacks. Get rid of the alpha males. Now, if you look back in history, and this is a fact to basically connect it to, because I like metaphors. If you look at species, animals who cannot make a choice but have animalistic instincts. Why in all of the animals, the mammals, and where there are herds and tribes, only the alpha male reproduces? When the alpha male stops reproducing, he's killed by the next alpha male. But when you put in something like abortion, and I'm going to say abortion is basically poaching, shooting, killing, murdering, hunting large animals. And we're going to use the lion as an example. Back in the 50s, back before hunting and pride and all of that was a big deal, when the lion population in Africa was just, in the jungles, was just running wild with just wild animals. The lion's weight was between 600 and 800 pounds. Now, after decades and decades of killing the alpha males because they want that mane, they watered down the population. Now you got weak, busted and disgusted busters and custer lions, crippled lions, mauled lions, chip-toothed lions that not even supposed to be alive. They got the opportunity to get the lioness pregnant because of the watering down and an emasculation of the lion population. So now look at the offspring. Lions average between 250 and 350 pounds. So look at the watering down. So just imagine if they just sat back and said, wow, let's just sit back and see what this natural habitat going to do, and how over time that this lion culture is going to get bigger, faster, and stronger. Now, if you look at sports, look how bigger, strong, and fast we are, but they made sure the race did not participate. Do you know that prison, jail, incarceration is population control, like abortion? So it's crazy that it's documented in American history, biblical history over time about the slaves, and they would tar and feather the alpha males and make examples out of them, kill the firstborns. And then now there's a system that we living in that's working on automatic pilot, and we out there killing each other. That's population control. Another man dead. And then another life taken because in California, it's $90,000 earmarked for any and everybody. I've never heard a situation where somebody committed a crime and was about to go to the California state prison system and they say, oh, we don't have enough money for them. No, they got way more than enough money for them. So what I'm saying is us changing the trajectory, us amending that 13th Amendment and getting the criminalization clause out of the Constitution, in which is going to happen no matter how mad they get. They're on the wrong side of history. Because if you stay consistent, eventually they'll figure it out. And they don't realize the reason that they're mad is because they're told to be mad. And then they are paid protesters. They are. Fact. Don't debate. Don't argue about it. If you really want to know and understand, go get an application and see if you still get paid. If you sit on your tail and don't get out there and scream about Supreme Court justice leak. How can something get leaked on that level? See, now this is the issue. Because now they're trying to trying to make the Supreme Court, non-credible. They're trying to take the credibility away because clearly it was a liberal assistant that have blown the whistle. And like I said, There's foreign-born entities that live in this country behind gates, have security, that are funding operations to basically destroy the world. And it's connected to the Democratic Party. Fact, not fiction. So no matter how they try to demonize anybody, that's the facts. That's the facts. You got liberals protesting a Supreme Court leak because why? They want to continue to kill babies. They don't want blacks to live and to have a strong population. Now, I would love to see, and we're going to see where that energy is going to be when this Constitution is going to be amended. Are you going to be in the middle of Generation X and baby boomers getting compensation? Or are you going to be in the middle of us, of our newly found establishment movement? Are you going to be mad at us taking the initiative and not being a part of the two-party system? Are you going to be mad at us that we are no longer the Democratic Party's good economic because we are not connected to the Democratic Party because it's been confirmed by both campuses, Harvard University, Harvard Society, that the Democratic Party as a whole, just its name itself is demonic, because demo in Spanish and Portuguese is demon, devil, or diablo. Diablo, devil, or demon. That's what demo is. If somebody say, please listen to my demo, they basically saying here's not the real thing. This is my fake album. So the Democratic Party is a fake political party that only survives off of the blood of black men. And I'm keeping it 100, just based on what we see today. So this is why it has to stop. And this is why we have to be not a part of the two and stand alone. And then because once we identify which political party has to go, then we'll be able to stand up, one-on-one, because it'll be a fair fight. Because right now, 2 against 1 is not working. So for us to get our gold medal in the race games, for us to reclaim who we are and stand up, we need complete separation socially, economically, politically. Because clearly we can no longer be on this trajectory. They're expecting just 40 more years of a black genocide. That's all. And if you are a part of the Democratic Party, then you are a part of the genocidal movement. If you are a part of the abortion party, you are a part of the genocidal movement. Guilty by association is guilty. So us as men and women, we're wise enough, strong enough to basically see what's going on and not want to go to hell by force. Could you imagine being a part of the Democratic Party or these liberal organizations and was told that you got to get up and go protest a Supreme Court leak of Roe versus Wade? Abortion. Nothing in the Constitution on the federal level. All they're saying is let each state handle it. And for these women that's getting in front of it, they know not what they do. Because at the end of the day, if they knew that it was purposeful to kill all the boys because boys grow up to be men, now that there's no men, now we give the power to the women. So that's nothing but bed winching, concubine, Willie Lynch. We can sleep a little better at night long as we got the black female on our team. And it's funny, but it's not funny. Because clearly anybody that's a part of the liberals, and I'm keeping it 100, we pushing the line. I'm keeping it 100. Anybody that's a part of the liberals is anti-American because Joe Biden does not represent America. He represents the United Allies. Send me the tape or show me where he said, God bless these United States of America. They don't say that. Well, at least Joe don't. Joe is a segregationist, a Dixiecrat, the whole nine. And when we talk about Roe versus Wade, he was against it. And all of a sudden he's with it now. Well, he's elder in his years and, it's elderly abuse. Clearly you don't have to, the presidential, at least in this, case, Joe Biden is a lame duck. He has no cognitive nothing. He's shaking hand with the wind. They're laughing at him and making a mockery out of him. Kamala Harris is being laughed at. They're making a mockery of her because they was used. They were played. Now they're looking back saying, what have we gotten ourselves into? Because clearly the American people did not ask for higher everything. And all it's doing, all good things come to an end. The Democratic Party is dead. It's been a ghost. It's about to be exposed. It has nothing to stand on. They lost. United States is not a democratic republic. To the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. We are a God-fearing nation with a black legacy that goes way beyond 1619. We fought in every war. The first person shot in the Revolutionary War was Crispus Attucks, a black man, and that was in 1776. At least it ended in 1776. So probably a year or two before that. And clearly we're documented to fighting in the Civil War. There was over 1,400 Glovers with the last name out of the Glover plantations in North and South Carolina, my family heritage. So this is why we're not tripping off no reparations, on a federal level, because we are going to be behind the amending of the Constitution. Because once we strike down the slavery clause on the federal level, and believe me, this is what the issue is, because they know without a shadow of a doubt, it's a snowball effect. If they redact Roe versus Wade, why not go back to Civil Rights Act and see what happened? Because clearly we was canceled out by the feminist movement and the LGBTQ movement, because we just celebrated, 55 years of woman pride and 50 years of gay pride, but we still dealing with 400 years of oppression. And I'm not talking about individuals. We're not struggling. I'm comfortable and warm, in the studio doing what I'm doing. But my point is, we really got to see what's going on. We really got to see what's going on. Because if they out there, because of a leaked draft, number one, we got leakers now in the Supreme Court. This is what we doing. Because they know once Ketanji Jackson Brown get up in there, and she already talked about slavery, the establishment Democrats don't want to amend the 13th Amendment. You think Hillary Clinton want to talk about, a amendment of the 13th Amendment and equality to the black race when she's on record calling us super predators and we need to be brought to heel? When she should have said we're superhuman and that we need to kill them because if they basically outnumbered us, and this is why they called us 3/5, they needed 5 of them to control us. If they outnumber us, then we're done. And when you're guilty, you're afraid and you're scared. We believe in God. There's no way we're going to oppress another people. We just going to shine a little bit, floss a little bit, be a little more happy. And the issue is going to be you mad because we not mad. Misery loves company. And misery is like a disease, because when they see you smiling, they want to wipe that smile off your face because they're not happy. How can you be a happy human being out there protesting, mad and screaming because of a leak? That means you're weak, and that means that anybody can control you and tell you what to do. And this is why God's people must stand up. We got to look to the sky. We got to be on the right side of history. We got to do what they made sure Dr. King, Malcolm X, Bobby and John Kennedy, the Black Panthers couldn't do, because the people that feared them the most is dead. Now we're dealing with their children's children. Now are the children's children just as wicked as their parents and grandparents? Maybe, but we'll see. They act like they not. They act like they with us. They want to learn. But balancing the scales is imperative. Balancing the scales is imperative. We can and we will. So with this Roe versus Wade, killing babies. So when you see the protesting, they're protesting to be murderers. Now, I know that there are exceptions to the rules of rape and incest and all types of things, but we're smart people. If there's a situation, if they basically take away abortion, and there's a situation of rape and incest, there has to be a 48-hour window or a 24-hour window to file a police report, to take the rape kit, to press charges. Because the reason they can't make it a bill